Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and I am here decorating in Sophia's memory book. So this is an outdated teacher layout that is obviously not for the correct date, but I'm going to be redating it and decorating for this week just because it is that time of the week. This is going to be for next week, which is Father's Day on Sunday, and by special request, Sophia wanted me to use a set of stickers that I was just organizing through yesterday and found, and so she said, let's use these stickers. So I'm going to pull those out and show you what we're going to be working with. As I was mentioning, I was sorting through my stickers, and this was one of the sets that I did purchase to put in Sophia's memory book. And this is just a super cute set with like some food themed items. It feels more spring to me with the pastel coloring, but she wanted this for use immediately in her planners, so I'm going to go ahead and use those. And since I'm using those, I wanted to go ahead and try to use up some of these supplies. I've gotten to the point where I have reduced the amount of unsorted stickers that have not been put into some other spot to just this envelope. So this is all of my unsorted stickers, which I may or may not use any of this, but I wanted to go ahead and try to use some of it. I see just from the very beginning that there's some items that might work for this. So I've got that as well. And then the last thing is I've got my numbers. I went ahead and finally printed out numbers for at least 3 months worth, like 3 sets of months, and then I wrote out some dates. So my next printout will probably just be dates, but I've got this ready so that way I can go ahead and put on my dates for redating this. And so we're just gonna jump right into it. Starting off with redating, I always like to do that first. So I've got my X-Acto and I've got my whiteout. So these are the two things that I use to kind of redate. I like to convert the teacher layout so that way the numbers are across the top. And I always have to check the date to make sure it's correct. I mentioned at the beginning of the video the incorrect dates. It is not the 10th through the 16th. This is exactly why I checked the dates. It is the 13th through the 19th. And so I'm going to cut out these numbers. I should have known that because I really, literally, right before popping on to record this video, I checked to see when Father's Day was. And it was the 19th. I don't know why. My mind is like in a fog. Pulling out my tweezers as well. So 13th is Monday. So I'm going to stick these numbers right here just to start off with. I do like to at least try to be a little bit consistent with Sophia's memory book, so I have been using outdated teacher layout pages for the entire year so far, and I anticipate finishing out the year, the second half of the year, doing the same thing, using outdated teacher layout pages just to like get rid of it and use up my stash. And so one of the things I like to do is, because there's like some different design elements, although they're mostly looking the same, but like there's some different design elements with like the colors and like these types of things, like with this looking like that. I just want to have something be a little bit consistent with it. And so I like to print out my numbers. So that way, at least there's that one element that's consistent. And last week I didn't do that. I used the DEK Designs kit, which I'm kind of regretting. I really should have just like gone through and like done my normal and I might still go back and change it. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see what I feel like. Once I flip through the month, if I like really hate it, I do have the months here, enough months to redate that particular week. It just depends on how I feel it looks, I guess. But I like to have that one element be consistent, right? So I whited out this side and I forgot to cut out a June. This one didn't print out that great, so I'm going to use this one. And my redating is done, and now we're just going to play with stickers and scrapbook paper, I think. So get June on there. All right. All ready, set to go. Okay, so I'm going to, I think, pull out this right here, just like this one little piece of scrap. I feel like the colors work out well. I was looking at this other one, but I don't know. I feel like this is more colorful. And what I'm gonna do is trim it down just a little bit and do a couple of torn edges, corners, with this piece. I'm trying to cut it fairly square. It doesn't have to be perfect here, but I'm going to cut it like this. And then I'm going to just rip it and put it into these corners right here. I might put it actually all the way into the corner. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do that. I need my tape to get this into the corner. This cardstock is fairly thick, so I want a good chunk of that down. And it wasn't super square, so I'm going to square it up again, just turning it around so I can trim off that little piece that I didn't cut off completely straight. All right, let's see about this other piece. I think I'm gonna just, again, like line it all the way up to the edge, I think. Do the same thing here, rip it all the way. Like it had that kind of weird little thing, so I'm just tearing that off. And again, laying this down. Right, and I like to keep Sophea's memory book fairly clean with a lot of writing space. Sophea's personal style is not that clean. She likes to be like super decorative in terms of her planning, but I tend to be a little bit more simple. So I'm gonna keep it at that for the time being. I think that might be it for scrapbook paper. I'm trying to be a little bit more clean with my space too. I have been organizing like crazy, which has been super exciting, and I've gotten lots done. So, all right, so for Sophea, let me see. This week, actually, there's really not a lot happening. I mentioned in the last Plan With Me video that we actually had a very light week, and I realized after the fact that we had actually way more plans that just came up last minute, but also like things my family had forgotten to tell me. And so I'm assuming something very similar will happen this week, where lots of things will kind of come up at the last minute, like the day of, the day before. But for right now, we don't actually have anything in the books. Yeah, I just double checked, and like there's nothing on the schedule except Father's Day and, you know, like the usual routine stuff. And in fact, she's done with her ballet, so this is the first week that she doesn't have ballet, so that will be different. Like we actually get an entire Friday to ourselves. So I'm gonna start off then with some super cute stickers. If I had the time, I would have done my nails like this. It would have been super cute, but I did not have that time. So I'm gonna lay this right here. Actually, no. I don't know if I love it right there. Let me lay it down here. So for Sophea's memory book, I do try to categorize, although it doesn't have to be perfect. I like to put like any notes for her family. Sorry, it's all her family, but like right here, her dad's side of the family, my in-laws. So any notes that we have related to them. Then she gets a row dedicated to herself, just like any events that she's doing specifically. Then my side of the family, her cousins on my side, get their own row, and then this is for like grandparents, other extended family members, and then last is like news, so world events, but also like maybe broader family events that are happening. Those are all, that's kind of the way that I've been organizing it lately, but again, it doesn't have to be like exact. It's just kind of how I've been doing it. And so with the way that I decorate, sometimes I cover up some of the rows, and so I just kind of move it around as I need to. Like if I cover up a row or a box and I don't have the writing room for it, I just move it down. I mean, it's not a big deal at all. So I'm gonna do this one. I did it layered over here, but I think I'm just gonna put it over here. I like using these thick strips, just kind of like decorative elements. And this kit, by the way, is from Willow Stickers. This is one that I did purchase to use with Sophea's memory book, so I know she's super excited about me using it. And so let's get into some of these stickers because I know she'll want that. And then again, like really the only big thing that we've got going so far is Father's Day. So I'm gonna put one box down for Father's Day right here. This like color palette has nothing to do with Father's Day, but except like maybe it's a celebration, you know, something like that. Right, so just getting in random things. She's still in summer literacy camp this week. In fact, this will be her second week of summer literacy camp. She's been loving it so far. She comes home every day with like a new power word. So I've been like tracking power words on here as well. I'm realizing that, okay, that's a little bit off, but She comes home with a power word every day, which is like the word that they are learning for the day. And so this past week she went 3 days. We had to miss a day. Actually, we're missing a day today, but for like dance. But she will be learning 4 more words this week. So super excited about that. She has enjoyed it. And like these boxes, the decorative boxes, do cover up like full boxes. So again, like if I need to write, I'll either put a box over it and like just do something with that, or just like move it to a different row. It is totally okay. All right, I'm gonna put a couple more boxes. And again, like I like to keep it fairly simple because that's my style. I don't like to like overburden the page with like lots of design elements. So I am going to put maybe, I'm wondering which of these two. I feel like I need something else kind of like in these 2 corners right here, and we'll leave it at that. I don't want to take up too much of this because I do need writing space. I try to keep like enough writing space per day. So I'm going to put something in this corner, I think, like right here. I don't worry about leaving it in the boxes either. It just kind of does its own thing there. I'm going to I was thinking maybe a little bit more of this piece of washi, but maybe I'll do this instead. I'll cut a faux piece of washi here. Just rip that. Yeah, and I'll take that right there. All right, and I think we're gonna call it done. The only thing that I'm like, I wish I had done something a little bit different is like this little spot right here, which feels kind of weird to me. So I'll probably put like a button sticker right there. Let me see if I can find something really quick. Actually, no, I'm just going to, I started digging through, but then I looked at it, and I think what I'm going to do is just kind of like put a box right there. Now, what I do with boxes normally is like write big events, things that are happening in the week, but we right now don't have any plans for the 18th. This is for Father's Day, but something will come up. I'm assuming something will come up on a Saturday, right? So yeah, that is like really quick and easy. I like to keep my spreads, like I said, pretty straightforward and simple instead of like overwhelming it with stickers. So there's plenty of writing space, plenty of journaling space. I get to write all the things down for her. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, bye guys.